All right, guys, let's talk about fanny packs and why they are the choice for serious civilian defenders. This one I got off of Amazon. It's a Votagu gear, some kind of a Chinesium clone or whatever you want to call it. That doesn't really interest me much. I don't care. I like this bag, and I've been very impressed with it so far. I don't have any affiliation with these people or anything. I just paid for it with my money. So now that that's out of the way, been carrying this thing now for probably about a month, give or take. And I wanted a solution to be able to carry some additional force multipliers and medical gear, things of that nature, on my body without having to load up my pockets and have belt pouches or cargo pants or anything like that, without being tethered to those types of setups. I wanted something to be able to carry my additional support items on my person, readily accessible when I'm out and about, whether I'm solo or I'm with my family. At the end of the day, we have to make sure that we have access to our medical kit. And I know the trend has been over the years to have access to these items, maybe stored in your truck or in your vehicle kit. And I can see how that can be an appealing option, but I think that it comes along with its own difficulties and shortcomings, because in the event that you need things like a tourniquet or other critical life-saving first aid items, you're likely going to need them right then. Not when you go back to your vehicle or something like that. Think if you're in a shopping mall, the grocery store, you're all the way in the back of the Walmart Supercenter, something happens. It could be any number of things that result in you or someone you care about, or even a member of the general public being injured and maybe, let's just say, having some sort of a catastrophic bleeding injury. Then seconds are going to count, guys. You don't have time to run out to your vehicle all the way out the front of the store, halfway up the damn parking lot, retrieve your bag, come back, and then render aid. And if history tells us anything, we cannot rely on other people to have the tools, because if everybody's sitting around hoping that everybody or somebody else has the items that are going to be necessary in these situations, 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to have the damn items when we need them, and we're all just going to be sitting there. And I know from personal experience that specifically from responding to auto vehicle accidents over the years on multiple occasions, that people don't even have items accessible in their vehicles. People are just not prepared, generally speaking. Sure, it's gotten more popular over the years, but people are still generally unprepared, especially when we look at medical gear. I've even been on the scene of a vehicle accident and had an ER or trauma nurse there, because that's what she told me. And she actually did help render an aid to this man that was rear-ended on a motorcycle. And she had nothing. She didn't have gloves. She had nothing. I'm sure she had a wealth and abundance of knowledge, far more than what I know about treating traumatic injuries. But she literally didn't even have a pair of nitrile gloves to protect herself from bloodborne pathogens. And I gave her a spare pair of gloves, and she got in there with me, and she was able to pretty much take the lead in rendering aid to this gentleman right there on the side of the road. So that was an eye-opening experience for me as well. Most people aren't going to have the tools. Even the people that are highly trained in medical aren't likely to have their tools and equipment with them when somebody needs them. So we can't rely on other people to have the stuff. So we're just going to take a look at the items that I have in here real quick. And I got some hand sanitizer. This is one of the items that I added. Again, this is serving in the capacity of a scaled down everyday carry system for me. Right up here in the top, I have a rat's tourniquet. And then moving further into the bag, I have added a SOG power pint multi-tool, very convenient, very handy and capable small multi-tool, which I think is right at home in a bag like this. I also have just a little basic signaling kit. I have an emergency whistle and a chem light with 550 cord so that I can signal in the event that I need to. Then I have a neck gaiter because sometimes we need to cover our mouth and nose. That's just the way it is. I also have the Benchmade rescue tool. I always forget what these things are called, but they are great as a stand-in for like EMT shears for cutting away clothing and things of that nature, cutting straps, etc. Great tool. And I like that it's flat and compact as well. So that was an easy add for me. Then I have a set of hyphen vented chest seals. These are the standard size ones. And this is a twin pack, as you can see there. So we got chest seals. Then I have a 4-inch emergency trauma dressing. These are awesome. Very intuitive to use. I have nitrile gloves. I have North American Rescue compressed gauze. All of these items are North American Rescue that you see here, or most of them. And then I also have some OC spray. This is Sabre gel. I like having access to that as well. And then out here in the front, I have just a little boo-boo kit with just minor aid items, Band-Aids, alcohol, wipes for simple cuts and scrapes, because these are the most common injuries that we see, especially if we have kids. They like to run around. I got all boys, so they're pretty rough and they're always getting banged up. And I also added a couple of sting relief wipes as well. These are handy, especially in summertime, southeast. We got mosquitoes, bees, Japanese hornets, all kinds of stuff flying around that's looking to sting you. And those are great for the kiddos as well, to give them some instant relief. And I have used them also. I had to use one a week or so ago when I got stung by a yellow jacket. So, and then that's pretty much it for the inside. And then I got a 1 gram gold bar in here as a contingency. That way, if I need to sell this or trade this, this is money. I mean, it's gold. It's money, guys. So, and then out here, I got just some change that I shoved in there one day when I was in the store, and I got some change back and I just dropped it in the front pouch. I can also put my wallet in there if I need to, and it will fit just fine, my minimalist wallet. So this bag affords me a lot of options, and I wear it crossbody. That's the way I wear the bag, is across my chest. And that allows me to carry these supplemental items on my person instead of leaving them in the vehicle in a larger bag or in a backpack. I personally don't like carrying a backpack around all the time or anything like that. Even the smaller ones, like my North Face Borealis Mini, it's a great bag, but I find it to be a little bit cumbersome oftentimes when I'm out just being a dad and a husband and moving through life with my family, whether we're at some sort of an outdoor festival, a flea market, the grocery store, whatever. It's very easy for me to grab this bag, packed as you see it here, and go off into the store or off on whatever adventure I may be on, and have these items with me and readily available, rather than having to rely on my ability to hopefully be able to go back to my truck and access these items when I need them. I could be the one injured. One of my family members could be the one injured. And as we know, especially when we're talking about hemorrhaging and things of that nature, time is definitely going to be of the essence. And you likely won't have time to go to your vehicle and retrieve the items that you need. And you may not be able to at all, guys. So that's the way that I have chosen to tackle that particular issue in my personal everyday carry setup, and this has been working out very good for me. There's a ton of bags available. You can call them whatever you want. You can call it a damn purse. You can call it a man purse. You can call it a fanny pack. I don't really give a shit what you call it. The bottom line is that this is important and it's part of your responsibility. So do what you got to do.